Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to the Friday decorating video. By the way, I filmed this at 8 a.m. right after waking up, so if I look extremely tired or covered in dog hair, that's why. If you hear any noises, that is because I am sitting outside, as you can tell, and I'm sitting outside on a really cool piece of furniture. We'll get into this bad boy in a second. I know that I had originally had plans to do both decorating parts this week, but unfortunately, with all the plans I've had going on and all the other work I've had to do, I am behind on decorating in comparison to where I would like to be. Today we have 3 rooms to decorate. Somebody is gonna drive up and that's so uncomfortable. That is the most awkward thing that has ever happened. So today we have 3 rooms that we're gonna decorate, including one that is my most well-rounded, best idea, I guess I feel like, the one that I'm most excited about. We're gonna be doing my living room, my upstairs bathroom, and my kitchen / dining room because they're basically the same room. We are going to be doing an assembly of a couple items that I got online. So spoiler alert, I bought 2 benches. When they were available online, I just couldn't help myself. I have 2 perfect places to put them, so I did order 2 of them. We're gonna put them together super quick before we get into decorating, and then we're gonna put them in the places. Like I said last week, there actually is this whole new landscaping area that I've been working on for like a week straight. That's probably a reason that I'm behind on decorating. But it is basically, I mean, I didn't make it for the bench. We wanted to make it anyways, but it's the perfect place for one of the benches. So one of the benches is going in this new landscaping area that I just put together, and then one is going up here, as you can tell, where I'm sitting right now. So I'm in my front yard right now, and we live with a sidewalk right in front of our house and like a decently popular to use road. So this is like nerve-wracking for me. We're gonna start off with the benches, putting them together and putting them where they go. Then we're gonna move on to the living room, then on to the kitchen and dining, and then on to the bathroom. So this year we're doing it just a smidge different from last year. I'm gonna do a little haul before each room of all of the stuff that I want to use in these rooms. I might not get to using them all, but these are the items that I have set aside for these rooms. Then we're going to take a tour of the room, pre-decorate, nothing in it, just what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. I'm not even gonna really clean the house that much, so if there's anything messy, just ignore it. Like if there's some splatters on the mirror in the bathroom or some dog toys on the ground, it's real life. And then we're gonna decorate. So I will show you the room during the day after I decorate, and where I put everything. I'm gonna do some voiceover and tell you maybe why I put something somewhere, or what it is, or why it fits there. Then we're gonna turn the lights off at night, and I'm gonna turn the spooky lights on, and we're gonna take a look at the rooms in the dark with all of our fun Halloween lighting, because I have a lot of it and I'm very excited about it. That's like my favorite part, to be honest. So that's how this is gonna work. You're kind of gonna look at each room 3 times. Obviously it's gonna go pretty like decently fast. When we turn the lights off, I'm just gonna go quiet and we're just gonna soak up all the spooky vibes. Next week you can expect 4 more rooms, so we have a lot to do next week as well. So you can get excited for that. Instead of having them both in one week, we're just spreading the spooky fun out so we can enjoy it a little longer. So I hope nobody's upset about that. I'm okay with it. Hopefully you guys are too. So let's get to putting the benches together, and then let's get to decorating. Alrighty, ghouls and ghosties, so we are gonna start off with my living room this year, and the living room this year is going to be totally different from last year. So last year, if you were here with me, we did a very like pumpkin heavy living room. I think the living room I didn't actually have much of a plan for. I kind of incorporated everything that I had left over, and I did a lot of orange pieces and a lot of pumpkins, like I said. But this year, this is kind of my focal point. So we're kind of starting off with the one that I'm most excited about and the one that I have kind of the most solid idea on so far. I'm gonna show you, well, in a couple minutes, once we go through all the stuff that I have in these bins next to me, what the room looks like now. And then of course we will snap and we will be into spooky mode. My idea and my title for my living room is Salem Cottage Witch. As you guys know, I went to Salem at the beginning of August, and it was like a dream come true. It was so much fun, and I really got inspired by being there to do this room. So that is kind of the basis of this. There's a lot of like traditional witch concepts. Obviously in Salem, it's a historical witch place, and that's really what I wanted to go off of. So this isn't gonna be ultra campy. I do, as you'll see, I do have some stuff that leans a little bit more towards like classic Halloween, but this is gonna be very like woodsy, real plants, a lot of wood, a lot of black still, but a lot of candles and a lot of that type of stuff. I'm just gonna go for a very like historical witch situation with still some classic Halloween mixed in here and there. We're gonna go through everything that I have for this room. Now, I have a lot for this room, and I really don't think I'm actually gonna get to using all of it, but I am gonna show you all of this, and I will just kind of like figure out as I go what I'm actually gonna use and what I'm not. But let's start off with kind of the highlight and the thing that I've really been prepping for the past few months for this idea, and that is, now this looks beautiful, but this isn't how it's gonna stay. That is all of this natural dried foliage and floral. Look at it. It also smells like a wonderful like wildflower, old like dead leaves situation. These are all different bushels. I've purchased maybe like 3 or 4 of them from Trader Joe's, Michael's, and I think that's about it. But then I also have collected some myself. So I'm not gonna go through each of these, but as you can see, I have like eucalyptus, I have some like wild Minnesota floral, I have some like dead kind of like and bramble, I don't know, this like grass I collected myself, and I'm going to hang them in bushels. In Salem, there were many buildings that had like bushels of dried flowers and plants hanging as they did back in the day, and I was like, I gotta do this. Also, I'm gonna put a clip in here, but Black Craft, the coffee shop and gift shop, had this beautiful coffee room in the back where they had all kinds of bushels of foliage hanging dried out, and that really inspired me. I just loved the ambiance of the room, so I'm gonna incorporate that this year, and I'm pretty excited to for once do a more kind of like again like crafty, hand done, like not commercially purchased decor incorporation. I don't know, I'm stumbling over my words, but you understand what I'm saying. So let's get into the actual decor that I have. Now this is stuff from this year and past years and everything, and we're gonna move quick because there's a lot, and I just kind of want to show you guys the inventory we're working with. So I have all of my spooky books. Part of this room is also going to be like historical and kind of like literature inspired. Like most of my Headless Horseman stuff is in this room too. And then there's a lot of candles that I'm thinking of using as well. I also have just some like black, kind of like more antique, older looking pumpkin pieces, like this one right here. No, he works. He does not need a battery. Perfect. I have a lot of candle holders and candelabras. I have this like gothic kind of skull candelabra from last year at Home Goods. I have this Michael's one from last year or 2 years ago at Michael's. I have my vulture lantern holder from at home last year. The lantern is right here. It's just for storage. I usually unhook it so it doesn't like smash around, but it's really easy to just hook it right back on. So I was thinking that would go good in this room. We have the ghost cloche. He just felt kind of like good for like, I don't know, like a library or something. I still love those bright eyes. I do have this Jim Shore that I got last year, and just because it was witch inspired, I thought possibly I will use this, but again, I guess we will see. We got some more just like metal jack-o'-lantern pieces. Here is a haunted house shaped candle from At Home last year. I have the Joann's candles that I just picked up in the haul last last week, the kind of like melting over the edge ones. I'm gonna need to put some batteries in them, but these are gonna fit perfectly in this room. And since there was already kind of a lot of black when it came to my candle pieces and my witch pieces, that's why I started to sort out, and of course like cauldrons, that's why I started to sort out some of my black stuff to put in this room. I also have from this year the At Home very vintage antique like Wiccan witch candle. I think that'll be perfect for this room. The Headless Horseman bust from this year, I really like this piece and I'd love to incorporate it into this room. I have this witch hat blanket. Last year my guest room was witch themed, so that's where this went, but of course this year we're totally switching it up. I actually haven't decided on my guest room yet. We're gonna kind of decide as we get there. Last year I got this on clearance at Home Goods. It's just like a light up witch hat and it has these like star and moon cutouts. I also, of course, have to include the witch house from Threshold last year. This is inspired by Salem's witch house. This will go in this room somewhere 100 trillion%. There's no way I'm not going to. I also grabbed this Ouija cutting board just in case I think it'll fit in somewhere, then I'm going to use it. We have some spooky, scary skeletons candles of Ryan's, but they're very like vintagey looking, so I thought that those possibly would fit in. I've got this bust from Bath and Body Works, probably like 2022, honestly. Another little jack-o'-lantern. It's a last tub of stuff. I have moss, some like roll of moss, because again I really want to create kind of like a cottagey feel with some real foliage and plants and greenery. I've got this really cute wicker wood stick broom that I think is from Target a couple years back. Also in Salem, I'm not going to show it right now, but Ryan and I made real brooms. We did like a broom making class. I think I'm going to put those in here somewhere as well. Got a witch bowl. We've got some more like candle kind of canisters. Another wicker cauldron to use. We've got the witch teapot to possibly use. I kind of have this whole set at my disposal for this room. We have my wicker bat from this year from Home Goods. We've got some witches hats, some just like kind of cheapy Halloween costume ones that I might hang from the ceiling. We have this table runner that I like to hang up as a poster, kind of. I've got a crow from At Home this year. This from last year at Target, this like skull floral pressed glass wall hang. This little cauldron candle from Martha Stewart last year. A couple more cauldrons, and then I've got the candles that hang from the ceiling. I really want to hang these up with the foliage. That's kind of like the main like vision I have for this room. Got some fake spider webs and more cauldrons. I think you guys are getting the picture. I don't really want to spend the whole time just going through all this stuff. Like, you guys know what I have. I basically have other cauldrons and some other lights, and that's kind of all the rest that I have. It's a lot of cauldrons. So I'm gonna show you what the room looks like now, and then we're gonna have like some mystical transition into what the room looks like after we're done decorating it. Here is a look at what our living room looks like day to day. You will notice throughout the living room a few spooky things here and there that we do keep out all year round, including the fact that I have a very fall wreath that I have above our closet all the time. We have a number of black and white rugs that we keep in the living room all year too. This stained glass piece I will probably keep where it is because it was very hard to mount. Again, we have some fall-like foliage that sits on top of our bookshelves along with a crow candelabra that is always up there. The candelabra was a gift from a viewer, and the flower arrangement was actually from our wedding, so of course we keep those up all the time. There also is a very folk-style pumpkin headman that sits on our bookshelf, as you can see. On the second bookshelf, we have a skull candle, and we also have a disco ball skull and disco ball pumpkin that sit out all year. I have a Dracula book on display as well, along with a couple smaller spooky pieces, and of course, my year-round Headless Horseman. I like to use pumpkin candles all year, and our couch spread is pretty fall-esque as well, with the plaid pillows and the mum printed quilt on it. I say we get to decorating though, shall we? I love using this witch night sky table runner as a banner to hang up, so I did over our TV. I also added some spooky, darker, more gothic pieces to this bookshelf, a lot of black pieces like a crow and a spooky sign and a black pumpkin. I also set out the light up witch broom next to this bookshelf. The wicker cauldron is going next to Will's dog bed. I don't have many of them, but I wanted to incorporate some potion bottles, of course, for my witch's theme. I also put in this witch's hat blanket. Again, I wanted this almost a little literary as well, so I put in this headless horseman bust and this vulture lampstand on this side table. I hung our 2 brooms that we made. If you can't tell, they are the colors from our wedding. I added some spider webs to the wreath. Spider webs were kind of my new discovery last year that I decided I love. They just bring like a new dimension of spooky to the room. I have never loved the Witch's House haunted house from Target more than this year. It fits my Salem witch room so perfectly. Also, these melting candles are one of my favorite pieces I think that I picked up this year. They just fit this room so well. I put out my whole set of witch's tea pieces. And now for my favorite part. Let's move on to the ceiling. This room looks great now, but I like it even more at night, so let's take a look in the dark. All right, ghouls and ghosties, time to decorate some more of the house. I'm sitting in the living room right now and I'm so freaking happy with how it turned out. I hope my video was able to encapsulate how good and witchy and cottage it looks. The brooms hanging by the door is so freaking cute and I love everything on the ceiling. It definitely comes alive at night, which is fantastic. I love it. But today is actually a new day and we're gonna be decorating 2 other rooms today. That is not gonna be all. There are still plenty of other rooms even after that, but today we're gonna try to conquer 2. I'm trying to split this up so I can handle it and put the time into them that they deserve. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna decorate the kitchen / dining room, and we're going to be doing my upstairs bathroom. So I think I'm gonna show you guys actually a haul right now together of the things for both rooms, mainly because the bathroom doesn't actually have a ton, and a lot of the bathroom stuff is going to be stuff we didn't end up using for the living room because it kind of has that same like black and dark kind of feel to it. So let's get into what the themes are for these 2 rooms. Now these 2 rooms I think are pretty similar to what last year was, but I do have names for them and I don't remember if these are new names or different names. The kitchen and dining room is going to be classically kooky and spooky. So what that means is we're gonna be doing very, very traditional, classic, orange, black, uber Halloween, super spooky, things that say happy Halloween, all that kinds of stuff in the kitchen and dining room. So actually, once we get to the footage, you'll see it, but in the dining room, we do have a cabinet that houses a lot of Joanna Parker all throughout the year. So I think it's gonna work perfectly to just keep that stuff in there and it'll implement itself perfectly into the theme itself. The bathroom upstairs is going to be called Freakin' Bats, and that is once again going to be a purple bat theme. I think last year we just called it like all the different birds. It was like crows, ravens, and bats, oh my, or something like that. But it's gonna be called Freaking Bats this year because I have a lot of purple bat stuff and the bathroom itself is purple, so it is gonna work out perfectly. There's one piece I still need for that room, but I have a stand-in piece that I will tell you about once we get to it. So let's get into the stuff that we're gonna be using. Now, once again, I have a ton of stuff in front of me, so we might not get to all of this in these rooms, and if not, we will just save them for other rooms. First up is something I'm super excited about that I actually just picked up today. I also want to say if you do hear any outdoor noises, I do have all the windows open because today is like 70 degrees as a high, so it feels like fall, and that's another reason why I want to decorate so bad today. But anyways, I'm super excited about these things that are going in the kitchen and dining room, and they are some real freaking pumpkins. Just today, Ryan and I made a pit stop on the way home from some errands, and a garden center near us already had pumpkins. So you guys know I had to dole out $50 for pumpkins, and I got a bunch of them. I have a bunch of these orange small ones to use. I have a bunch of the like very micro tiny ones. I actually added these to the witchy living room, some of the kind of like warty pumpkins. I think they're so perfect for like a cottage witch. And then I did actually get some carving size ones, but those ones are already sitting outside. So on to the actual decor. This is kind of a big reveal. You guys have not known that I picked this up, and I don't even know if I got footage of it for the next haunt hunt, which shame on freaking me. But I went to my local Marshall's when we were just doing a Target grocery run, and I spotted this ghost stand or stool. I don't exactly know what he's supposed to be. Probably like a stool, because I know Marshalls and Home Goods make all these different stools, but he is going to be perfect because as you'll see, we have a strawberry stool that sits out all year for holding a couple plants. So I'm just gonna swap it for the spooky season. It's so perfect. It has a spot already and I'm obsessed. I think I've seen online that a lot of people actually look for that, but I literally just walked in. It was like right there. And I didn't even know much about it or know that I wanted it, but when I saw it, I was like, I need that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which way my hat can go to like allow lighting the best on my face, because I'm not using any like artificial lighting here. Let's move on to the other stuff we have. So we're gonna go quick once again. I have a bunch of Joanna Parker, very classic orange napkins that we're gonna be using in the dining room. I have a lot of kitchen towels. I kind of just grabbed all my kitchen towels that are classic colored and themed. These are my absolute freaking favorite. I totally forgot I got these last year and I'm obsessed. They are so perfect. I'm sure I will be using those. This is kind of like a pumpkin tapestry tablecloth thing. I don't really know if I'll use it, but I wanted to grab it just in case. We have this jack-o'-lantern mat that I think is gonna go by the back door somewhere. I have a couple like vintage jack-o'-lantern tablecloths that I might use in our curio cabinet. We have some single-use napkins that we're gonna put on the table. I have some banner like streamers that I probably will use somewhere as like a border of something. I have a lot of these die cuts. Some are vintage, some are not, but I have many of them and I'm just gonna kind of use which ones I feel like fit. Some of these are branded, some of these are not. Some of them are bigger, some are smaller. These aren't even all the ones I have. I just kind of grabbed any one that I could find right in front of me. I have this new candy canister that you guys saw me pick up from HomeGoods this year, and I do already know what I'm gonna put in it, and I'm really excited about it. I have this Dracula kind of ceramic vintage piece that I found at a Goodwill one time. He gives me very, obviously, like classic. I don't have a ton of Dracula stuff, so I definitely want to use him. We have these salt and pepper shakers from Blue Sky this year that look a lot like the Eli and Anna plate designs. I have this classic, like, I have the wall phone from Target this year. No, Target does not have stuff out yet when I'm filming this. That is just from the online release. This is like a classic light blow mold. I think he used to go on some kind of stick light, but I found that at a Goodwill at one point. This is also a Target piece, a blow mold from this year. Again, I ordered him online. I think he's so cute. I love that he has this lantern. That's like my favorite part about him. He's super like over the garden wall in my opinion. We have a mummy mug. Again, mummies like Dracula, there's not a ton of stuff out there of them and they're very classic characters, so I definitely wanted at least one piece in this room. I picked this up at Home this year. It was $15. It is this classic black cat, like scaredy cat on a jack-o'-lantern. It's kind of like a blow mold material. This is a super old trick-or-treating bucket, a very classic one. Anytime at Goodwills and stuff that I find these vintage ones, I always pick them up. So I'll see if I can use that somewhere. I feel like this is a very classic sign, this trick-or-treat sign that I got this year at HomeGoods. We'll see though, it doesn't exactly have the like classic colors I'm looking for, but we will see. Then I have these signs, and if you've been here past years, you'll recognize these. These are from Walmart in like 2016 or 17 or something, but they are some really classic vintage looking tin signs. Black cat cauldron polish. The other one was on Agatha's brand candy corn, and this one is mashed jack-o'-lantern. These are a staple of mine. I like cherish these things. I got them when I was in college. We also have some classic scaredy cat kind of resin pieces. I think at least one of them, one's from Walmart, I think, and one is from Menards, but I really love those guys. We have another Dracula. This is from Cracker Barrel. He's a salt and pepper shaker. This I actually found at a consignment store this year, but you all will recognize this from HomeGoods. Every year they have this guy. I love these salt and pepper shakers. Here lies salt and here lies pepper. I love these so much. I got them last year at HomeGoods. I also have, oh no, is this broken? Ooh, I might need to reattach this. I usually love to hang this in the kitchen. It says eat, drink, and be scary, and it's like a bat hanging. This is from 2021 Michaels. I can't believe something from Michaels would be so cheap that it would fall apart. I think that'll actually be a really easy fix. We have this charger for the center of a table, and then I have my tub of jack-o'-lantern stuff. So let me just really quick show you a few, because it's a lot of just like ceramic jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. This is a countdown to Halloween. This is from a Goodwill. I don't really know where it was originally from. I have a lot of these small Target light up jack-o'-lanterns. Joann's. A lot of jack-o'-lanterns. You guys will see them once I decorate, because I don't want to, again, I don't want to spend all my time just like showing you guys every single thing. Jack-o'-lanterns. So that's what we're working with. A lot of orange, a lot of jack-o'-lanterns, a lot of very classic black and orange pieces, some lights, all kinds of stuff. So let's move on to the couple things I have for the bathroom, and then we're gonna decorate. And I think this is actually gonna be part one of the two-part decorating, because this just takes too long for me to fit it all into one video. We might as well do two parts. The couple things that I have right now for the bathroom upstairs are this crow and bats, like purple towel, fits perfectly. Oh shoot, I didn't even bring them up. I have, of course, have the black and purple bathroom towels, the Cara ones, my favorite ones ever. Maybe I just put a picture in because I can't believe I didn't bring those up. Otherwise, you'll see them, of course, in the bathroom. This is a purple bat neon light that I'm gonna use this year. This is a find from this year. It is a Home Goods purple ombre bathroom shower curtain. I was so excited to find this. Perfect. I don't think I will ever switch my bathroom theme at this point. And then this is a little bat like cauldron that I like to put a light in. So that's kind of what else I have. But otherwise, I know that you guys probably mainly want to see the before and afters. This haul part is not the most exciting. I'm gonna go film the befores. I'm gonna decorate, and then let's take a peek at it after, shall we? Much like the living room, the dining room and kitchen also have notes of spookiness throughout the year, all year. So of course we have our new curio cabinet that has all kinds of Joanna Parker we keep out all year round. It's also a black cabinet itself, so that's kind of gothic and spooky in itself. Our kitchen is very spooky and gothic. Most of the stuff in it is black. The garbage cans are matte black. The backsplash is black. The handles to the cupboards are black. And honestly, there's so much more we want to turn black. We just haven't had time or the money yet. But I recently turned the sink black. As you saw, I have Joanna Parker candy corn mats that I keep on the ground all year long. We also want to paint the cabinets themselves black, but that is a either very expensive or very time-consuming project. The stove is very spooky with my new kettle and my Le Creuset bat pot. And even our fridge is a matte gunmetal gray. Since our kitchen and dining room is so gothic, I thought adding the campy orange Halloween pieces to it is really perfect. So I added some banner of some stars and moons around the border of this entryway and added this bestial black cat banner as well. I added some spider webs, of course. I can't help myself. I put out our new ghost stand for this plant and it looks perfect. I also added in the vintage placemats into the cabinet along with some other more orange and classic looking pieces. The perfect place ever to put these peanuts trays was above the door. I love how they look there, and they do actually fit in super well. And then above our cabinets, I added in all kinds of pumpkins, basically any pumpkin piece that was very classic and vintage looking. There is my new candy jar, and I put in some black and white noodles. That was my idea. I hang this sign here over the door every single year, and on the other side over the cabinets, I put in some of my black cat classic vintage spooky pieces and this really cool Happy Halloween sign from Joann's last year. And at the table, I set the table with some Joanna Parker classic looking napkins and a fall centerpiece. But again, let's turn the lights off. And finally for today, on to the bathroom. So the bathroom doesn't have too much spookiness going on, though I would argue that a purple bathroom with black detailing is a little spooky in itself. On this shelf we have a couple things like this crow and a crow candle, but that's kind of the extent of it. There's not much else to say. It's just a normal bathroom with a plain shower curtain and some matte black accents. So let's get to decorating and spookify this. Basically, the item of honor this year in this bathroom is the purple ombre bat shower curtain. It was like it was manufactured for me, basically. I also, of course, throw in my black robe for the season, though I do use that all year. I added these bats flying over the toilet on this wall. I love how that looks. I also put in my favorite towels of all time, the purple and black bat bath towels. Still looking for the purple bath mat, but I do have a blue bat one right now. Alrighty, ghouls and ghosties, that is the end of today's decorating. I hope you had a good time decorating with me. Let me know what you guys think about this new way that we're decorating together. I know that you don't get to see every single bit piece by piece, but I think it's a lot easier to get through and it lets you kind of see each piece a little more specifically, and it allows us to spend a little more time actually looking at the room versus just watching me like run around in fast motion. So let me know what you guys think, and otherwise I will see you guys next week for part 2 of decorating. We have 4 more rooms to get through: the guest bedroom, the main bedroom, the downstairs living room, and the downstairs bathroom, that all have their own themes that I've already picked out. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys like it. I hope you like my rooms. I hope you like my themes so far. Let me know, of course. And otherwise, I will see you next week, ghouls and ghosties. Goodbye.